Hi everyone, my name is Monica and I'm the founder of Master Divine Health and Wellbeing. Today I just wanted to, I guess I talk about many things, but what I'm most passionate about is talking about chakras, talking about your energies. And we all know after years and years of research that we're all made of energies. And if our energies are out of sync, you would feel the impact emotionally as well as physically. So there are 7 main energy points in our body, and I'll show you a quick picture of those so you know where they are and where they're located. So here's your crown chakra, which is just above your head, then which is in color is golden white, then your third eye chakra, which is between your eyebrows, indigo in color. Then you got your throat chakra, which is in your throat area, it's blue in color. Your heart chakra is in green color, where your heart is. Your solar plex is just above your belly button, yellow color. Sacral, below your belly button, orange in color. And then you got your root chakra, which is red in color and is right at the bottom of your tailbone. So these chakras, it's like if you imagine a round ball of energy, and this energy is flowing nicely and even. And if that ball, right, nice and round circle, if it goes overstretched, that means your energies are overflowing and your chakra is in overactive mode. But when that squashed down and it goes narrow and narrow and narrow, that means your energies are underactive and your chakras are out of sync. So if they're overactive, it has an impact. And if it's underactive, it also has an impact. So it needs to be nice and round. So I'll give you an example. What does overactive chakra means? Overactive chakra, let's say if your throat chakra is overactive, which means there's a lot more energy going through, you tend to express your feelings in a very negative manner. You will scream and shout at people. You'll get annoyed quickly and you'll just say whatever you want to say in anger. But if that was underactive, you tend to hold on to your emotions. You tend to bottle things up and you don't feel you're being able to say what you really want to say and express your feelings. We tend to grind or clench our teeth because we're getting very anxious and we're very stressed. So we're sort of holding on to those emotions and we feel that we're not coping as well as we would like to. And that's the underactive and overactive chakras. So I'll run through a very small, very brief as to what chakra manages what. And if any of those chakras are out of sync, how does that make you feel emotionally as well as physically? So your crown chakra, when people come to me and I check their chakras, if the crown chakra is out of sync, it could be that you're sort of struggling with lack of guidance or lack of direction. People tend to feel sort of a brain fog and they get into daydreaming, they zone out very quickly. So if they're struggling to focus, concentrate, they're sort of zoning out because there's too much happening in head and the head is very, very busy. Causes headaches and migraines, and it sort of causes light sensitivity to light. So people who might go out in daylight, their eyes might feel tired or droopy, and then they tend to get irritated with noise or sound. But if that same chakra is balanced, you tend to feel where you're going in life. You know exactly where you're going, what direction, what path you're on, and then you know how to prioritize your life to get to that path. And it's as simple as that. Your third eye chakra, if that is out of sync, you struggle to, again, focus or concentrate. You tend to think about the past on and off, and you also worry about the future. And then you sort of keep going, dipping into the past, and you worry about the future. And physical symptoms, it could impact on your eyes, your hearing, your ears, sort of your scalp, and your spinal issues. Throat chakra, which we already talked about, that if that is out of balance, we tend to hold on to emotions and we tend to bottle things up. We clench and grind our teeth, and it sort of gives you the sinuses problem. When it's balanced, we talked about that you literally can express what you want, how you want, and you express it beautifully. It's not that you're not angry or annoyed with people. Because you're balancing your chakras, you're realigning your energies, you have managed to release the anger, the frustration, the negative emotions. And if they're released and if they're not there, every time you want to express your feelings, it comes from a good place. So you don't need to hold on to emotions because there is nothing to hold on to. And you say, you know what? Yeah, I want to say that. And I had a client, she worked in a temporary job, and she was really, really annoyed with her colleagues, and she thought she was working harder than everybody else, yet she's a temporary staff member, and she was also in a redundancy pool. She said, Monica, I want to say that to my manager. This is how I feel, and this is not working, this is not working, this is not working. And I said, just wait 3-4 more sessions. Have 3 more sessions of chakra balancing. After that, when your energies are reasonably balanced, off you go and say what you really want to say. After the 4 sessions, she came to me for 5th treatment, and she said, I'm so proud of me. She said, I managed to say what I wanted to say to my manager. And I told her how I felt and what we can do to improve our working practices. She said, I moved out of redundancy pool from a temporary job into a permanent job. Now that is a power of great communication. But if your chakras are out of sync, she could easily go into a manager and say, this is how I'm feeling, right? Okay, you're the first person to get out. So there you go, power of aligning your energies. Heart chakra. When our heart chakra is out of sync, we tend to have sort of guard up. Either we've been hurt in the past, or we protect ourselves, or we don't want to get hurt again. So we don't tend to let love in, and we don't tend to give love, and we don't sort of feel the passion and the compassion towards others. When that chakra is balanced, we tend to sort of feel, because we feel full, we want to give. And because we feel safe and protected, we don't need to protect ourselves, because we're not vulnerable. We're emotionally strong people. We're not vulnerable anymore, which means we can literally open those gates and let love in and give love. Again, a lot of women will come to me and say, I keep attracting the wrong people in my life. I don't want those relationships, yet I seem to keep attracting the same people. Why does that happen? That happens because if you're on this vibration, which is slightly lower vibration, where you are not feeling stable, comfortable, confident, and your chakras are out of sync, you can attract same people at the same level. But when you balance your chakras, you're upping your vibration step by step by step. And when you're up here, you attract people at the same level as you, emotionally strong people. And those are the people you want in your life, and those are the people you say that you deserve. So I always say, balance your chakras, then go out. And then you will find the right love that you want and you deserve. Solar plex, which is just above your belly button, if that's out of sync, we tend to feel very angry, very frustrated. We get annoyed very quickly. We struggle to switch off, and we struggle to fall asleep. We also tend to crave sugar a lot more when we're out on the chakra, and then we struggle to have a stronger willpower or motivation. And that throws off your digestive system. So people tend to complain about IBS, indigestion, acid reflux, or bloating type of symptoms, because your emotions are riling up. Your sacral chakra, which is just below your belly button, is to do with your sexuality, is to do with your relationships, is to do with your creativity. So a lot of people who are in creative jobs thinking, I have that creative block. Or a lot of people who are in relationship, they will tend to feel that the libido is low, or there is some sort of an issue in regards to sexuality. And you tend to feel a lot of emotions going up and down like a yo-yo. 1 minute you're good, and second minute you're not so good. And that impact on your hormonal issues. So women tend to have issues with their period, or if they're going through the menopause symptoms seems to be quite extreme, hot flushes, feeling mood swings and things like that. But when you balance those chakras, it does relieve some of the hot flushes and your mood swings, and it does regulate your periods. Well, that's what my client says. Your root chakra, your last chakra, the most important. I guess all chakras are very important, but root chakra tend to be the most important chakra, because it's to do with your stability, it's to do with your certainty. And if we don't feel certain, so when your chakra is out of sync, we tend not to feel certain in life. We then tend not to feel stable. We don't feel we are where we really want to be in life. Now imagine if you're not where you want to be in your life, how restless and anxious you would feel, because you're still trying to get to where you want to be. That could be financially, that could be in a relationship, that could be in your own me time, or you're lacking guidance or path you're going to feel very restless because you're not content within yourself. You don't feel stable or certainty. When that happens, we tend to become very indecisive. Shall I do this or shall I do that? We're always second guessing ourselves because we're not sure of the decision we're going to make. We're not confident in our own ability to make those decisions. We also tend to sort of feel, at times, we feel lonely. We feel insecure about something. A lot of my clients will say, I feel insecure because I don't think I am good enough in my job. Or they will say, I don't deserve that relationship. I think it's too good to be true and it's going to end soon enough. So we feel very insecure. We feel very lonely. We tend to worry about money and family. So those are your root chakra symptoms. And if that stays out of balance, then it shows physical symptoms, which are pain in your lower back, sciatica issue, constipation or diarrhea, or pain in your hips, knees, ankles, and your feet. A lot of people who struggle with stability tend to have a lot of pain in their lower back where we hold tension, because when we're worrying about family, money, this, that, we're holding the tension in our back and we're having those muscles in spasm. So tend to feel pain in the back and also in their knees, because knees represent your stability in life. So those are your chakras. And obviously when your root chakra is balanced, you feel confident. You trust yourself. You believe yourself. You know exactly where you're going. You feel the certainty, regardless of how little and how much you have in your life, you're very much content. And when you go from content, you can attract other things very easily. But if you're not content, you're working harder to get what you want.